Hello everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last episode was boring as heck, I know, but I hadn't put anything out in a few days, so I had to get something recorded and put out. But today we're going to get back in it, and we have probably quite a lot coming up in this episode. So let's go ahead and resume our save here, load this up, and I took a little bit of time to get things going in the right way. Last time things were kind of all heading towards Duna, but nothing was really gonna get where it, like, close enough that it really needed to be. So I sped up time a little bit and readjusted some of the orbits, so we're kind of getting more aligned here. And as things are, without wasting too much fuel, the days in which these things are all going to get here are pretty much all over the place. The actual command center isn't going to get there for like another 80 days or something. It's crazy. But I ended up using a lot of fuel getting this out, so it was kind of unavoidable, it turned out. Long story short, I think the problem I had was our planet was too close to Duna. We probably should have been, like, in comparison, like back over here, and it being here, and just done a really long arc, and instead we had to use a lot more fuel to get up. So lesson learned there. We'll have to load this one up first because it will be the first one encountering Duna. This is our larger lander that will be landing, or our rover that will be landing on Duna. So let's load this up. I think and as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of fuel. Just kind of hoping at this stage that, because this whole thing has to make it. So let's see where we're actually heading right now. We still have, looks like 6 days or so. 6 days, 9 hours, and 37 minutes. And, oh, that's the escape. We encounter in 6 days and 55 minutes. So I'm actually going to do a quick save. Boop, here. And speed up time until we move in. Times 10,000. Times 100,000. Obviously I don't want to miss our opportunity here. Now this is going to be the first time I've seen Duna. Let's actually see if we can see it from here. Where is it? It may still be too far away. Would probably help if I targeted it, but yeah, I can't see it right now. I'm not sure. You'd think you'd be able to see it from here. Let's check our map again. Or not our map, but out of our map. Let's see, we're facing away from where we're heading, so it would be over here somewhere, I think. Nope, I can't tell where it's at. It's a red dot out here somewhere, but I can't determine which red dot it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and speed up time a little more here. Till we get, it's just a few hours away now. Surely we can see it. No idea. Gotta be missing it somewhere. Nope. I don't know. So I guess speed up a little more. We gotta hit this encounter, and about over here is when we need to start retro burning and slowing ourselves down. We're not too far from our retro burn area here, so go a little bit more. Duna actually is quite a bit above us here. Didn't realize how far off we were like that. So there it is. There's Duna. And its moon Ike. Floating there in space. So let's, we're coming in at an angle that I didn't realize that we're going to be coming in at, which is kind of not ideal. Not sure how much we'll be able to fix that. But for right now, we need to work on just getting into an orbit of some kind, so we want to slow down. Ooh, that's too much. I'm really just hoping we have the fuel for this. It looks like we're going to be coming in at a very polar orbit. Is that what you call that? I guess. Let's see. Actually, we probably want to make it come in a little closer than that, because that's still pretty far out. That's fine there. I really don't know if we're going to have the fuel for this, to be quite honest. We don't have a huge amount, and we are working with a atomic engine, so they're not going to be that powerful anyway. Now, I want to avoid using my RCS too much, but I'm going to have to use a little bit here, just so it doesn't take forever. And I'll probably fast forward into about maybe 30 minutes or so, and then I'll do a test burn to see how long it's gonna look like it's gonna take. If it's gonna take a long time, I'll start way beforehand, just so we don't screw ourselves over. And hold there. Speed this up till we're about that 30 minutes or so. Yeah, this is definitely not the angle I really wanted to come in at, but I'm going to have to make it work. This just goes to show that if you're off by a little bit when you're way far out, it'll adjust where you're going to come in by a lot. So let's go ahead and stop right about here and do this test burn. So it's saying about 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a little closer to the proper time then. Hoping we have enough fuel to get into an orbit and then also slow down and land. I have no idea how well this thing is going to land, to be quite honest. It's I've only tested it on Kerbal, and that's assuming that this has as much atmosphere as Kerbal, and I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure Duna is quite a bit smaller. I haven't actually looked it up or done any math, but if it's an analog to Mars, it's going to be smaller and not have nearly as much atmosphere as our homeworld. So I'm not sure how much my drag chutes are going to help. No idea. We also have to be careful with the because I think Duna's pretty hilly. It looks like it from all the shadows and stuff it has. So we need to be careful about how high up we are. But that's just, we're basically going to be winging it. It's hard to say how this is all going to go. I'm going to go ahead and start burning here ahead of time, just to go ahead and get this started. Okay, so I'm coming back because my engine just stopped. It says I have more fuel. Oh, that's up here, you idiot. Okay, so we do have a legitimate problem here. We're still going really fast, and we've run out of fuel. So what are we gonna do here? Let's see. I guess the only option I have is to try to use these up here. Definitely not ideal, but I don't really know what else to do, to be quite honest. We want to control our view is backwards here, I think. Yeah, this was never intended to be used like this, so I'm completely winging it. No idea what I'm doing as far as this is concerned. I gotta try not to use up all this fuel though. If this fails, I may go back to a quick save and see if I can't do some readjusting from a farther distance out. And I need to... I'm rotating here. Okay, I'm bringing you back to tell you, well, just to show you how much I have royally screwed this up. Out of fuel and out of propellant. I've done everything I can to try to slow this down and get us going right, and it's just not working. So one of the only times I've ever kind of cheated is I'm going to go back in time here and see if I can't resolve this from a farther orbit out. Out from back here and see if I can't get this going right. Okay, so at this point I've done a lot of readjusting, and here's the plan I think I'm going to try to take. We're going to have a close encounter with Ike to get our first look at that, and I'm hoping to use the gravity and atmosphere of Duna to slow us down. Now, I have not tested, however, to see if this, if we're going to have enough fuel. So let's speed up time, get it in a little closer, and find out. The burn is going to take us about 4 minutes and 30 seconds or so. So I'm going to start a little early just to make sure it doesn't, we don't overshoot or undershoot, whatever you want to call it. And we'll do it about with a minute left, I guess. So let's go ahead and start throttling up a little bit here and see how this goes. Okay, so once again I made the mistake of not calculating the fact that a lot of this fuel was in fact part of the actual thing that's getting us to land. So I had to, by hand, just kind of make some crazy guesstimations, and this is now what we got. We're coming in to about a 15-kilometer encounter with Duna, and really where we're going to land is an absolute question mark, and if we're going to land safely is just as much a question. I think we'll still be passing by Ike, but I'm not sure how close we're going to get, and this rocket is probably going to be going off into space somewhere over here, and we'll never be seen from again. So at this point, let's go ahead and speed this up and see, basically see what happens. If this fails from here, well, kind of too bad, because there's really not much I can do at this point. I don't have the fuel to really do much more of adjustments than what I've done, so we're basically relying on gravity and friction of the atmosphere of Duna to bring us in. And as for landing, I'm also once again kind of relying on hoping that the parachutes work well enough. I have no idea. I've never gone to Duna before, so let's see how this goes. Is this how far away we are from Ike, maybe? Wait, what is... Okay, that's... Okay. Never mind. I didn't see the K here. The abort button kind of freaks out when I'm over here. But there's Ike, where our next rover is planning on going. Not sure how that landing is going to go either. I don't think the other rocket has all that much fuel as well, so I've really kind of been under-fueled for this whole mission. All three ships don't have as much fuel as I wanted them to have, so it looks like we're almost heading straight for the thing, doesn't it? We're going to be landing down over here somewhere on the darker side, which is unfortunate but unavoidable. Ike seems very large. I doubt it has an atmosphere though. But here we come. Here's Duna in all its glory. This is changed into the meters now, so let's still have a long way to go before we're actually hitting the atmosphere. It seems so close. We've just changed our view here. I'm going to start. We're probably going to come in very, very fast. I don't know if we're going to be actually able to slow down, but we're going to come in very quickly. I'm hoping. I hope we don't skip off the atmosphere. If I see us start to rise back up after we hit our 15, let's see, 15.2. If we start coming back up, I'm gonna have to start trying to burn to slow us down. But I'm gonna assume that the atmosphere gauge here works the same as on Kerbal, and that once we hit about here, that's when parachutes will start taking effect. And I don't know what height that is, but we can start to see the atmosphere here. There's a red glow around the planet. So here we go. If we were on Kerbal at this point in time, we would be going through the atmosphere already, and we're not here, which is a little worrying, seeing as we are relying on atmosphere. Let's try and see if we can't flip this thing around a little bit, because the parachute that's going to be going out first is over here. Yep. And then we will be staging off all of this stuff. Really, I designed this thing very bizarrely, kind of stupidly in a way. I don't think we have an SAS module on here, and I can't seem to get us to stop rotating now. There we go. Okay, it's lighting up a little bit, so that means we're probably hitting the atmosphere. Yep, looks like it. It's lighting up because light is scattering through the atmosphere. So even though it's dark on this side of the planet, we will have a little bit of light to work with. Again, no idea where we're going to end up landing. I hope we don't run out of electric charge. I think we'll be okay though. Still have 50 seconds until we hit our lowest point. I'm actually going to give us a little bit of thrust here to that's speeding us up apparently. Okay, well, we're going to wing it here. I'm tempted to pop the parachute, but it's not going to do anything until we hit through here, I don't think. Hopefully we're slowing down, but not very fast. I am a little worried. I'm going to pop the chute here in a little bit. I'm going to try actually right now. Yep, it did not deploy, which means we're not low enough yet. And we are hitting our lowest point. We are going to skip off the atmosphere. What to do? Doing this way apparently is speeding us up. Orbit. I should have done this sooner, because this is not the time to be doing this. Oh man, this is not good. I've got to slow us down, and we're going to run out of fuel. And we're spinning now. Well, this looks like it's going to be a failure, to be quite honest. There's nothing I can really... I don't think I can do anything to slow us down fast enough. Had I done it back over here, I could have probably... Ooh. Ah, we do have hope. We may actually have to wait until we get... I'm going to save our fuel. Wow, that is so lucky that I was able to slow it down enough that we were actually going to come back around. Wow. That is just luck. I mean, that's going to take a long time, but this is an unmanned mission, so it's not really that big of a concern. I'm going to save our fuel until we get back around and get through the atmosphere again here. We still have some time, oh, plenty of time before this next encounter happens, so that's not really a concern. So let's speed up time and make this orbit, this really, really bizarre orbit. A little bit of hiccups there. And I'm really glad we got to have this second chance, but we don't have much fuel, so it's a bit of a question mark as to whether or not we're going to come slamming into the ground. We'll just have to wait and see. Where's Ike at? There it is. And the sun. What a wonderful sight. Just one little capsule just trying to land. We are somehow getting our charge back. I guess the solar panels are working through these things somehow, so that's just working by sheer luck. Looks like we're gonna just fly away from the planet, but we still have a... Wow, that's so far out. It was sheer luck that I was able to get that into an orbit. I thought we were gonna run out of fuel, but there you go. Ike is gonna orbit probably 2 or 3 times before we ever even get back. I hope we don't have a run-in with Ike. No, we're way out. It is gonna come... That's not that close, really. And let's come in again. Oh, ooh. Was way too fast there. We got another 8 minutes before we're coming back in, and we are lowered this time. Let's turn our SAS off here. Let's slow down. SAS off, and we'll do a little bit of a burn to get this even lower, so that we use the atmosphere a little better this time. That's speeding up. It doesn't look like it. How is that speeding us up? It's speeding us up in compared to our orbit. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know. That's so confusing. Yeah, let's stop there. That should be plenty. That should at least be enough for the parachute to pop. So let's speed up again. And our camera has changed, meaning we are close enough to the planet that we're getting in the atmosphere, I think. I think that's why the camera changes. No, that's not right. We're still so high up. I don't know. I don't know why the camera changes like that. But yeah, there's a lot of really big hills and valleys and stuff here on Duna, so we got to be kind of careful where we're landing, because this isn't going to be totally accurate. 0 doesn't mean ground, so... Okay, so it has slowed us down to normal speed, which means that we are hitting the atmosphere. What was that, about 40 kilometers up? Hopefully our parachute will pop this time, and that'll help us slow down, trying to get us into a little bit more of a proper re-entry position. I don't know if we'll see re-entry effects here on Duna. Assume if we were going fast enough we would, but I don't know how fast you need to be going through its atmosphere. Just because it has less atmosphere, I assume you'd have to be going quite a bit faster. Let's speed this up a little bit more till we get maybe 20 kilometers left, just so it doesn't take us too long to get into doing this here. And about there. I'm just right now mostly spending most of my effort keeping us facing the right way. And check our map real quick. Got another minute and 27 seconds before we hit our lowest point, and hopefully we will not be going up past... Oh, we are slowing down pretty quick now, which is good news. If we come back up from 8.2 0.4 kilometers, then I know something has gone wrong and we're skipping off the atmosphere again. So hopefully we are slowing down. So parachute should go at some point, I believe. Yeah, I think we're gonna get low enough for the parachute. I really hope we do. Yeah, we're slowing down really quick now. We finally got into the thicker part of the atmosphere here, so this is going to do it, I think. Oh, there goes the parachute, which is going to cause drag to slow us down even faster. I have no idea where we're going to land. It's going to be completely random, I think. So about 8 kilometers or so. I think I'm going to use a little bit more of this fuel to slow us down, because I don't want to have our parachute trying to go off while we're going too quickly. So let's drop our speed a little more. And like I said, well, I haven't actually explained this whole staging. It's a bit crazy. At one point we're going, well, once we run out of this fuel here, we're going to release this part back here, and all this is going to come off, and we're going to use a second parachute. So ooh, that was a little rough there. Now we're, oh, I hope that stables out. But we're basically just relying on the atmosphere now, which was probably a mistake in planning this, to be quite honest, because I didn't know how good the atmosphere actually was here on Duna. We're running out of land here. Let's see our map. I have no idea when we're going to hit, but I think we're going way too fast. All I can do is hope that the parachute opens up more. Ooh, ooh. And it did. We're still going pretty quick, but we're slowing down, I think, well enough. Yeah, it's hard to tell how much more land we have. Do I have? Yeah, I got lights on here. Or a light, anyway. But it's not close enough to the ground to do us any good. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a shadow so I can tell. I'd like to drop the actual rover before we actually land. So that we don't have this parachute thing laying on us. And it's hard, I don't see shadow, but oh, it's right there. Oh shoot, son of a gun. I popped 2 of my wheels on impact there. We do have some control still though, so we're not totally screwed, but we're kind of screwed. Well, we did make it on the ground at least. Yeah, not quite according to plan, but I don't know. For my first Duna landing, I'm going to call it a success. What if we can land our actual module with our crew in it? They can come down and repair this thing. But as it currently stands, this thing's kind of dead in the water. Let's put up our antenna and call for help. But yeah, this is kind of screwed right now where it's currently sitting, so I do have some control, but it's really not enough to get it to go anywhere I'd want it to take it, because I'm trying to drive that way and I'm going the other way, so I'm kind of yeah, I don't have any control, to be quite honest. So we'll put on our brakes and wait until help can come. But the landing itself was, for the most part, a success. I just popped my tires. So let's hit our map here, and let's go ahead and gotta throttle down and go to the Space Center, load this up, and take a look at our next rover, which still has, let's see, target Duna here for me, please. Oh, I didn't actually go. And load This is the wrong one, isn't it? Yeah, this isn't the one I have on Minmus. Whoops. My bad. It's still doing fine, it looks like. Go back. My bad. Let's see, I want this one. The one orbiting the sun. Fly this. And let's map and figure out how much farther it has until it reaches Duna. What is... oh, that's its next orbit. Set as target. We have another 12 days, and I'll wait until we get a little closer and I'll readjust our pathing here. Let me... same as with this one, I'm a little worried about our fuel. Wow, not much. Most of the fuel is actually back here. And even that isn't very much, so quite literally we're going to be winging it. So let's speed up time a little bit here and get to about maybe 3 days away or so. I'm doing it backwards in my head here. I want to be, let's say about here. Let's speed up to about this point. Okay, so I've done some fiddling again with our targeting, and it looks like I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. Our thing has stopped on the other side, so it looks like we're going to crash into one of the planets. But it's saying Duna encounter, and then after that Ike encounter. Now obviously Ike is what we want, because this is what this lander is supposed to be doing. But I actually have no idea how this is going to work out. So about right here I'm going to do a quick save, just in case something absolutely insane happens. I have at least a little bit of time to try and prevent the craziness. So let's continue to speed this up. It's another day until we get there. And I'm assuming that this is just saying that we will be encountering where the planet's at. And yeah, this looks about what? Yeah, this looks okay. Now I'm looking, I can see where the planets are going to be. It's over here. And over here, we got Ike right in front of us. So this looks about like what we want. Except it looks like we'll be crashing into Ike. But I think we can adjust that in the last minute. Or maybe we don't even want to. We'll find out. And we have now encountered the planet, and let's see. Okay, there's Ike. I'll probably want to fiddle around with how we're going to come in again, so I will screw with that now. Okay, so this is what I'm up with right now. I have, we're coming within 840 meters of Ike, and I have no idea how well this is going to go. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit and get a little closer. And hopefully we won't just come crashing into the planet, which is, I'm seeing a large possibility. Because we're going pretty fast, and I don't know that I'm going to have the fuel to stop. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Let's check outside of our map. Wow. Looks huge right now just because of how it's positioned with Duna there. And let's get a little closer here. Yeah, it really does look like we're going to just slam right into it, but... Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so what are the odds? Where we're actually heading is apparently a cliff. I'm going to try something completely, probably insane, and that's to, I'm going to just see if I can't do a complete, how much? 14 minutes? I'm going to wait a little longer, but what I'm going to try to do is just try to land straight onto this thing. Seems kind of like an odd plan, but what I've learned from like these smaller plants is you want to just come to a complete stop, and because we're already coming in at a pretty straight angle, for the most part, considering, I may just try to use what's left in this engine to just slow us down and then go from there. So let's speed this up so we're a little bit closer. This is going to be 3 minutes. Okay, so let's kind of figure out what we're doing from here. We don't have a whole lot of fuel left in here. Should go ahead and leave that like that to start slowing us down, I think. We are going to be landing at a very weird spot if we keep up like this, because we're going to be landing on the side of the stupid mountain here, which surely is a horrible idea, but you know what? I'm willing to risk it. We actually have... Well, let's slow down a little faster. We want this to get probably at least below 100 or so, 100 meters a second. And I don't know that this is going to do it for us. I don't know, it's actually doing better than I was expecting. Well, it's lasting longer anyway. But, it's really just winging it. At this point, there's quite a bit of fuel. Well, I say quite a bit of fuel, but there is fuel in here, so we can use that as well. And RCS fuel actually will probably do us pretty well when it comes to slowing down on a smaller planet surface like this. I say planet, it's a moon, but we're definitely coming... Yeah, that's a huge hill. And it looks like we're going to be landing... We'll probably actually maneuvered over here somewhere. But the main issue here is that we're coming in sort of sideways. And let's see. Is there any way we can straighten that out? Probably. We want this to actually be here. I'm not sure what side of it we want to be on. Over here, maybe? We're going to run out of fuel here in just a second. But, and there it goes. So, get rid of that. Get ourselves turned around here. Because this is actually upside down. And hold about here. Stage away from that. And it did just occur to me that we don't actually have an SAS module on this, so we're once again kind of winging it. Now, for landing on Minmus, we had plenty of fuel, but I'm not convinced we will for this, so yeah, it's really not looking great, to be quite honest. Let's RCS maybe, see if it's having an effect, but it's really not fast enough. We do have a lot of RCS fuel though, so I'm not sure that we're going to be able to slow down fast enough. We don't want to come to a complete stop yet, just because we still have quite a ways to fall, and we'll be picking up speed. So For right now, let's just work on using the RCS to slow us down, I think. And once we get a little closer, we'll use what little fuel we have left to finish off the job. At least with RCS, because we have so much of it, we can use that from keeping us from getting more speed. So, and it's slowly readjusting us so that we're falling more straight down. We may actually be able to do this, oddly enough. I may actually be able to come to a stop using just RCS, so I might not have to worry too much about our fuel, which is very convenient. Like I said, I don't want to actually bring us to a complete stop up here because we do have to finish. We have a long way to fall. We have another 83 kilometers until we actually reach the surface here. So we're going to land on this black area, which I guess is probably going to be good, scientifically speaking. We can figure out what that's all about. See if that's some kind of minerals like coal or something. If it's coal, that would mean that there would be life that would have been on here, so that's not really likely, I don't guess. Probably volcanic rock of some kind, but we'll leave that for the scientists back home to figure out. And I've actually rotated a little bit here, so let's get this going the right way again. Speed this up a little bit until we get to maybe oh, no. I don't want to actually speed up any more than that because, as you can see, we're picking up quite a bit of speed. I want to keep on that and make sure that we don't get going too fast here. So use our RCS to bring that back under control and reposition us so we're falling straight again. Oh. Losing a little control there. Now, I don't have huge amounts of RCS left. Well, I say that. We still have, what, like, I'm not good at fractions. More than half. But, so I think we'll be alright, at least so far. Where did that other stage go? Did it already crash? I guess it did. I don't see it. It was going a lot faster than we are now. So, I don't know, is doing SAS, is that going to do us any good? Well, looks sort of, yeah, it looks like it's sort of holding our position, oddly enough. I didn't think that there's not an SAS module on here, but we're still kind of holding position. So, let that sit for a little while longer, speed this up. If we get up to about 200 meters a second, I will take us back to normal speed so I can RCS us back to a lower speed. I don't know how accurate our height is here. It's kind of hard to tell. Use our RCS to slow us back down a little bit here. Good thing I have plenty of RCS fuel. To keep this in check. But I gotta be careful, we are using a lot of it, and we only have so much. I still have another 33 kilometers to fall. And I'm not sure how long this fuel will actually last. We may end up actually running out of fuel and propellant. We may end up crashing, so we'll have to just wait and see. Oh, I cannot drop when the ship is under acceleration. Okay. I'm not happy with our speed continuing to climb up. Let's stop. Still have some ways to fall, and we're picking up speed. try to keep that in check here. Probably isn't going to be too much longer until we start seeing the textures start to come in, meaning we're getting close to the ground. We're coming in pretty quick, so starting to put those rockets to use to slow us down here. At this lowest power setting, it's actually lasting a pretty decent amount of time. We may have enough. Looks like we're coming in pretty quick now, so... Oh, I need to be careful though, because... Oh, son of a gun. Well, we're out of fuel, so it's all on RCS now. Coming in at 26 meters a second. I'm only using RCS because that's all I got. We really want that to be below 10. Ground's coming in quick, and we're below the 10, so this might work out okay. I'm not really sure how well we're going to land. I really can't focus on that right now. And oh, bounce. Get rid of that. Oh, not the most graceful landing, but luckily the gravity's really light here. We did break a wheel, it looks like. Turn our RCS thingy off. And really that could have gone worse in my opinion. So, and come on, stabilize. It really did look like we're coming in a lot faster than what we did come in at, so one wheel's out. Not ideal, but really that could have gone worse, how we came in to orbit and everything. Lights working okay. Let's turn our brakes off here, see if we can't get any kind of traction. Like I said on my last video, if you watched it, if I could have, I would have redesigned this so that these wheels would have been angled out so I could keep better traction. Let's try actually this back wheel here. See about disabling this motor so that it's not really pushing us along, because we don't have this back wheel, so we just need it to act like just a wheel. We can actually disable these side ones as well, because that's just going to use up power, and we don't need them. They're just to help keep us from flipping over. Let's put up our little antennas here, so we can signal back home with our findings. Oh, that just decided to randomly blow up. So we can maneuver. This really isn't the best lander for these light planets, quite honestly, just because it's so light that gravity doesn't affect it enough. It's easy to flip, but it's really not anything I could do about that except for design a new lander. Oh, there it goes. But we have successfully landed on the surface, so at least there's that. Let's get this thing settled here and check where we actually are. And we did land in this darker area, which is fine. We are facing the sun, which is also good, keeps our power up. So mission successful there. So we have both of our rovers landed, and really all that's left at this point is to get our station, which is not there, it's over here, into orbit around Duna, and then from there we can really start sending the rest of the missions out, the satellites and the our landers, and really start exploring this new system here. But I think this is where I'm going to call it for now, at least I'm at least going to take a break just because I've been recording for over an hour and 40 or hour and 50 minutes or so. So I'm going to taking a little break myself, and then I'll be getting the station into orbit. So I will see you next time.